Hello, we're here with another podcast for Building a Better Sefton, and I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Laura today
Hi.
again, and our special guest is Chris from The Big Onion.
Hi, how are
Now,
you?
Hi,
hi,
Chris.
yeah, and it's not raining, so that's always a bonus.
Isn't
Did anyone see the Northern
Sorry, Gun.
Lights? Did you see the Northern Lights last night?
I didn't. I heard that it was that they were visible, but no, didn't take the time. I was out quite late last night, which I won't bore you with, at Liverpool John Moores University, running a program there. And by the time I got home, I was tired out, so it was I didn't venture outside.
Oh,
Okay.
I would actually be interested to know what the program was you're running there.
I'll tell you a little bit about that as we get along, if that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you just, Chris, to begin with, for viewers and listeners who, when you say Big Onion, have no idea, could you explain your organisation and how you think it does build for a better Sefton?
Okay. Well, thanks first of all for the opportunity. So, as was said, my name's Chris Lewis, and I'm here on behalf of an organisation called Merseyside Expanding Horizons. We'll shorten that to MEH, or Expanding Horizons, as we go along. But organisation's been around for just over 26 years now, and it started its life in Bootle, just up near where the old HSBC used to be on Stanley Road there. The organisation concerns itself primarily with supporting people who find themselves furthest away from the mainstream in whatever form that might take. But going back to the beginnings of the organisation, it was set up to support smaller third sector organisations who wanted to build capacity. It moved on from there then, and started to do an awful lot of delivery work around the social inclusion agenda and all that involves, plus also building quite a sizable network across the European Union, and delivering partnership programs with partners from the 27 member countries at that point. Obviously, Brexit in 2016 had a massive impact on that, and that was really the time then that we started to think about what we needed to do to ensure sustainability for the organisation going forward. So we did two things, I suppose. One, we set up an organisation in Dublin, which we continue to run. We set that up in 2019, and that runs from our offices in the north of the city there, delivering the European focused projects with our partners across the EU. We have a member of staff over there. We also have a member of staff over in Sicily as well. So we still run that active European partnership program. Over here, back in Merseyside, what we looked to do was to see what the needs were, and for us again, it was trying to really, I suppose, connect people, thinking about how we connect people to each other, to information, and to opportunity, and also support them to become more financially independent. So I came up with the Big Onion concept, which if you've seen our Big Onion hub in Bootle, you'll see it's a base where we incubate startup businesses who've been priced out of the high street. We have training facilities and offices here to run skills programs, employment support programs, enterprise and social enterprise programs as well, all trying to build capacity for the people of Sefton. We've been in Bootle Strand now for about 5 or so years, and in our latest space for about 18 months now. We're up on the Medway Mall in Bootle, and lots of people who come to the Strand will be very familiar with the Big Onion space. We have a lovely cafe in the centre, and we employ local people who run that coffee shop for us, and we incubate, as I say, a number of retail orientated startup businesses who, for a multitude of reasons, found themselves priced out of the high street. That's something, again, I'm passionate about. Lots of community projects find themselves, pushed in dark corners of of our neighbourhoods and communities. I wanted to build something in our town centre, in our shopping centre, and so Big Onion really also looks to try to redesign the high street and bring some of those creatives and great entrepreneurs who couldn't survive in the old system. It's clearly Big Onion has struck a chord with people. We've recently opened a space in Southport on Lord Street, and we will also be opening our third Big Onion space in Prescot in Knowsley later on this year. But I say, very simply, it's a program really to try to connect people. Loneliness is a big issue, people living, on their own and so on. So if you just want to come in and have a cup of tea, you'll see there's a real Big Onion family atmosphere here. But if you want, to get involved in any skills programs that we run or our employment programs that we run, you can do. We also, I should say as well, in addition, we run the business startup program on behalf of Sefton Council and the Invest Sefton team, along with our colleagues at Safe Regeneration as well, and have been doing that for about 3 years. So it's very much focused around people. We don't do A to Z. It's very much looking to respond to what people's needs are. Lots of that, first of all, is coming over the threshold and just getting involved, and who knows where it goes from there. Quite often it's that I'll get involved in a maths course, or I'd like to maybe get back to work or move on with my career, or indeed start a business or social enterprise. So we're I think hopefully a bright addition to the high street in the Bootle Strand shopping centre.
You mentioned Brexit being damaging to the whole plan. I wondered if you could tell us a little bit more about in what way Brexit actually impacted you, and then also what other challenges you have faced in setting this up.
Okay, yeah. Well, so I suppose Brexit. I said breakfast then, didn't I? Brexit became really, just, I don't know, in the lead up to the vote, and I'm not going to get involved in the politics of all this, but it was so binary, wasn't it? And I don't think people had really the opportunity or the information to make informed decisions. From our standpoint, the work that we did with our colleagues across the European Union enabled lots of young people from our Merseyside communities to travel abroad, to work with community organisations and NGOs and academic institutions, and to sort of, don't sound too cheesy, but expand their horizon a little bit, broaden their sort of their worldview. And we've got some fabulous stories, down the years of young people who didn't own a passport, had never travelled abroad, who then met with organisations, say in Berlin or in in Athens or Barcelona, and created friendships, went on exchanges, learnt new skills, including new languages, and have gone on to work, in that field. We used to run an awful lot of internship programs, and many of the staff that came to work for MEH over the years started on that journey, coming, from a number of the member countries. In fact, the girl who runs our Dublin office now was one of those young people, and I mentioned the lass who works in Sicily. So did she. Anna came on an exchange, and she's been with us now 8-9 years. So I think what it did was it took away those opportunities for young people to either come into the country and experience, life and culture in Merseyside, but equally as well for the young people, and not just young people, older people as well, who could travel and experience, community organisations and different settings. So yeah, that was a real challenge. I suppose the only good thing about Brexit was that we had, if there is any, the only good thing was we had a little bit of time post the vote to try to refocus because, you know, we didn't get to that precipice that where there's no more support for programs until 2022, early 2023. But yes, that's slim reward.
Do you have something that you're most proud of? What's your biggest achievement?
I don't know. There's lots of things that we are proud of. I think one of the most, I suppose one of the things we're most proud of is I suppose the organisation and individual resilience. You know, life is tough on occasions, and we have bent and flexed and fought back. You know, on many occasions because we truly believe in what we're here to do. You know, we are trying to support people to live better lives, whatever that means for them. You know, to form relationships, to have a structure to their week, whether that be to learn, improve their skills, to socialise, to get back to work. So those are the things that we're very proud of. Big Onion really was something that, you know, wrapped all that, or give us the opportunity to wrap all that together. We didn't receive any support to start it up. In fact, we borrowed money to finance it. That's how much we believed in it. And I suppose it's pretty much like the Kevin Costner Field of Dreams movie, if anyone's ever seen it. We thought, you know, we're going to build this and let's see who comes. And, you know, today we have Liverpool John Moores University, that one of our tenants. We have a credit union in here. We have a college in here, which brings students onto the high street. We have a thriving business ecosystem now of probably about 100, 120 people that have come through our program to run their own small businesses or social enterprises. And a number of those, I know, you know, Tim Short. Tim came through that program. And in fact, we've now set up Big Onion Radio as well, which Tim and a number of the people who came to that program are running themselves. So I suppose those are the things we're proud of. We're not expecting any awards or any ceremony, but I think we're leaving something behind. And it's lovely to see some of those people then taking up the challenge and paying it forward again.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Can I ask, and we always ask this our guests, right?
Yeah.
Is because we all tend to sometimes live in our own bubble. What do you think your critics think of the Big Onion?
I'll be perfectly candid, David. I'm not bothered what other people think.
Right.
As I've got older and more curmudgeonly, I had a significant birthday in November. But it's something I think, you know, obviously we don't like criticism and it's human nature. We take that personally, but we've got a job to do. The team are really committed to that. We listen, you know, something we're pretty good at. We listen to what people say to us, and we're more interested in the people we're trying to support in what they're saying so we can get things right for them. But the ones who make the decisions, they don't listen very much on occasions. And sometimes I'm not really that bothered in what they've got to say. Having said that, you know, relationships are super important to us. And we've worked really hard to form relationships with people in positions of authority because, look, we depend on having dialogue with these organisations. So I'm not going to commit some kind of harry-carry with being outlandish or whatever. But no, we think we're doing a pretty good job. I'm sure there are people there who are saying things in the sidelines. That's part of life. If we worry too much about that, we'd all stay indoors, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we would indeed. But can I just say, as we come to an end, thank you so much. I personally didn't know much about the Big Onion. I've learned and been inspired because I've known you've been in Bootle. I've seen the building in Southport as well. But to know that you're offering community, friendship, and also business training and the initiatives to start your own business. I think it's absolutely wonderful, and I do think it does build a better Sefton. So well done and good luck for the future. We'll
Thanks
also be
very much.
putting great.
Come down,
We'll also
come down and see us as well. Don't be strangers.
Yeah.
Come down and see us.
Right, I will this Friday. I'm in Southport.
Well, come down to Bootle. We won't be in Southport on Friday. That's not open. The one in Bootle's open 6 days a week. The one in Southport, like today, we've got a group of young people in there. Tomorrow, we've got some activities, but it's not open every day as yet.
Right.
But our coffee
do
shop.
People just walk in?
It's on the high street. It's a shop. You walk in. We're open Monday to Saturday. You've got a comic shop in here. You've got a barber's in here. You've got a guitar repair. You've got a printers. You've got a nail bar. You've got one of the college. We've got a coffee shop with about 25 covers. Makes the best coffee in the region. I'm proud to say, and I defy anybody to challenge me on that one.
I have to try and test it out.
Come on,
can I just ask one more question?
Yeah, sure.
If I wanted to start a business, how would I go about doing that? How would I approach you, and how would that work?
Okay, so there's a number of ways in which you can do that. A lot of people make an inquiry to Invest Sefton, which are a department within Sefton Council that deals with economic development and business support and so on. We, as I say, we do the business startup. So you'd either be referred by them, you'd either be referred by another organisation, and we have lots of people sent over from the job centre, for example, or you walk in. We get a lot of people walk in. We're pretty well known now. We've been doing business support and advice for probably 20 or so years. My background, I'm a management consultant. I've never had a proper job. I've been running businesses for 30 odd years. Got the scars to prove it. But yeah, you just get in touch. In terms of the Sefton startup program, you have to be a Sefton resident. We also run one for our neighbours in Liverpool as well. But we're talking about Sefton today, aren't we?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. I was going to say, and also when the episode goes out, we will have all the details about how to contact the organisation as well.
Yeah.
But just finally, I was even more impressed. And just thank you for being a great guest.
Thank you.
And
really interesting.
Take care.
Well, thanks to you for taking the time to do this as well, and allowing us to get involved. I think community power is something that we're very keen on, and we want local people and local organisations to be part of the future of not just Bootle and Southport and the towns in between, but the broader community. We need the larger organisations to play their part, but I think the more we can talk about some of the positive things that we're doing and work together, I think the more people will listen to ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.